All right, guys, thanks for jumping on here. Let me kind of get this set up here. We can edit this recording. I want you to be able to see me here. Participants, view, speaker. All right, all right, perfect. So thank you guys for jumping on here. I appreciate you guys jumping on at 7 o'clock to really kind of learn about what we've been putting so much time and focus into over the last several months. But more importantly, what we're getting ready to launch. You guys are the first ones to hear about it, which is really, really exciting. And what's even more exciting is the results that I've personally been able to have with this system and kind of the changes that we're going through with what's going on around us. You know, obviously the bread and butter of this business has always been booking appointments, going out and seeing people face to face. But with a lot of changes in this world and the way things are going, as you can tell, Family First Life has kind of opened up a virtual platform where it allows you to make sales from a Zoom call, similar to like what we're doing now, or just doing a telesale through a voice signature. But something that Family First Life hasn't had yet was a process, a system, something that is like a CRM that somebody can log into, have everything organized into one spot. So today, what I'm really excited to introduce you guys is the Telus CRM. And what this has done for me the past couple of weeks has given me more time to talk to more people, but also it's allowed me more time to focus on building other parts of the business. Because, you know, some people that are on here, we're not just independent producers, but we're also building teams. So we want to find out how can we kind of weigh out the options is giving us more time to be able to build a team, make sales, lead from the front, and stay organized while we're doing it. Because sometimes we all know driving around, being in somebody's house kind of limits us on what we can and we can't do. So the CRM has really just allowed me to, one, stay organized, which, you know, that's never really been my strong suit, because I've kind of just, you know, get the leads, you call them, you make the sales, and that's pretty much it. Where now I can actually track all of my sales. I can disposition all my leads. I know when my appointments are. It's built into the calendar. So today I'm going to walk you through what this process looks like, that all of you guys are going to have access to, the ins and the outs of it, and what this CRM is going to offer. And I hope you're as excited as I am, because this is taking a lot of effort, time, energy, and money to really get this thing right. And we finally are ready to launch it by the end of this week. It really should be ready to go. So definitely hold your questions on the microphone. If you have questions, type them into the chat box, and I will answer them as we're going through this. But I'm ready to just kind of dive in here. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go through every step of this. And then hopefully, you know, this makes a big difference in your guys' business, as it's done for mine just recently. But it also gives us another avenue to really just take this thing to the next level. So again, appreciate you guys jumping on. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here so we can walk through how this looks. So can you guys type in the chat? Make sure you can see my screen.
We can see it.
All right, perfect. All right, and please just make sure you stay muted, because otherwise it's going to be a distraction for everybody else. So the website is going to be login.tele-crm.com. Pretty simple. Got the little guy here with the money eyes and the headset, which I think is the coolest logo ever, because it's going to help us all make a lot more money. So you go in and you log in. When you log in, some of you may have used a system like this before. Looks very similar to maybe other platforms you've used. But the difference here is how this is set up and what this can do to bring leads in and then turn it into an automation. What I mean by that is, when a lead comes in, there's a lot of things that you can do with these leads. So first things first, when it comes to the different dispositions, that's what I want to talk about first. You know, obviously we have several dispositions here when it comes to new lead, right? A brand new lead comes in, it's going to go underneath new lead. If you call a lead and they don't answer, it's going to go to called, no answer. If you call a lead, you didn't book an appointment because it's not a set in stone appointment, but they're saying, hey, follow up with me, blah, blah, blah. You have an option to choose a follow-up option. That's not necessarily a strong appointment, but it's a follow-up. You have missed appointment. So if somebody books an appointment and they miss it, you can move them over to missed appointment, which then sets up more automations to keep you even more organized. Appointment booked are your appointments that book on the calendar, go into appointment booked, and then you can see all of them right here. Not interested. You have the people here that, obviously we know not everybody that we talk to is going to be a sale, but this gives us a chance to kind of get the people out of the way that we don't really need to talk to anymore. So you have not interested. Sale made. Now, obviously I have to update this my end, which we have some cool things happening with sale made, but when you make a sale, you hand it over to sale made, and then we're going to have a form that you can fill out that is going to allow you to put them into almost like a retention follow-up. And what I mean by that is that's going to give you the option to send, like when it's their birthday, happy birthday. It's going to give you an option to, after 10, 20 days go by, to send them a quick text, making sure that they got their policy, making sure that if something comes up where, Valentine's Day, New Year's, whatever holiday it may be, we're going to be able to keep them connected in the system to send automated messages, because when we put a sale in, it's automatically going to go into a different campaign to keep following up to make sure that we're not losing our business and we are keeping as much business as we can on the books. Also, you have bad contact numbers. When it comes to bad contact numbers, most of us, at least in the past, I'm guilty of this, is I would call somebody, it's a bad number, I would just toss a lead out and do nothing with it. But now we have a place to have all of our bad contact information where we can go on True People Search, and we can actually put in their information and see if we can get a good number. Because sometimes people will actually put their number off by 1 or 2 digits because they just want to try to get the information, but they don't want to talk to anybody. Whereas if you put it in, you're going to get the right number, call them. A lot of times those are easy sales. Follow up, no response. Anybody that you've talked to that you had a follow up, but you just never could get a hold of them, move them up to followed up, no response. No contact ever made. Never answered a text and never answered a phone call. It's a dead lead, right? Can't really do much with it. And then application pending. So that way we all know sometimes we have carriers that will approve on the spot. Other times we have carriers that will take a little bit longer to approve. So we want to keep that updated. But these are pretty much every disposition that you could possibly think of to keep it organized and laid out for you. Also, if you see here, there's $600 mark right here. The reason why we did this is because we're just going to use an average of 600 AP per sale. So obviously the logo up there. All right, guys, you got to mute yourself or this is not going to work. Please be respectful here and make sure that you're muted. So can everybody just check their microphone and make sure it's muted? Please. Thank you. When it comes to this dollar amount here, you have the ability to kind of give yourself an idea of like how much money is there, how much potential income do you have to make with these leads that are in the CRM. Average AP we're using is 600, but really the average is probably closer to 800, 1,000, give or take. So right here, I got $16,200 that I know that when I call, I have the opportunity to make that kind of money. Gets me excited, makes me want to call, but it also keeps me going because there's also people that I called no answer. Hey, I got $69,000 that I can go and make. I just got to call them, text them, email them, whatever, in order to get that sale. So next process we have here is going to be scheduling. Now, this is my calendar. Hopefully you guys can all see this. This is appointments that I never even picked up the phone. I never even dialed one single person here. It was all done automated through the system on what it does for you. So as you can see, like today is Wednesday. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had 10 appointments. Never even picked up the phone once, but I had these appointments. Out of these appointments, I sold, I want to say 3 for $3,100 of business. Like not a bad day, regardless if it's on the phone or face to face. That's a good day for most people. Tomorrow, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 appointments. So again, tomorrow it's probably going to be another $3,000 day. So on average, if I'm writing $3,000 a day, 4 days a week, that's $12,000 of business. Like how life changing would that be for some of you guys on this call to be able to write $12,000 of business in a week in 4 days? And then you add in your Friday and your Saturday, and you got even more appointments. It's just giving you more opportunity to work more efficient and smarter. So dialer. When it comes to the dialer, I really enjoy this part because it kind of allows you to just push the let's start button, and that thing just starts dialing right through everybody that is in your CRM. So for example, workflow dialer, final expense. If I go here and I hit let's start, it's automatically going to start with Margaret, and then it's going to keep going. If she don't answer, no answer, I move on, it calls the next one. Obviously, I can't do that while we're on the phone here right now, but I will be having other videos that I'll be doing screen recordings and presentations that you guys will get to see this whole process look through the dialer, but kind of give you an idea. It opens up the lead. So now if I go to, let's just say Sunny Trantham, right? You have a little dial button up here. It's a phone. This dials the phone, and then it allows you to be able to connect with them without even having to use your cell phone. It's all done from the internet right within this CRM. So I'm going to walk you through the process. So the way these leads are generated with this CRM is going to have a course that's included that teaches you how to generate your own leads on Facebook for free. Meaning you don't have to pay for the course. You have to pay for the leads that come in at cost, which, you know, some vendors will charge $15, $20 a lead. And doing it yourself, you can generate these leads at $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 a piece. So your return on your investment is absolutely insane because you're generating your own leads. You know what the ad says, you're in control of it. So we generate a lead. The lead comes in. They have an opportunity to book an appointment before they even finish filling out their form. So a lot of these people may not even get a text to book an appointment because they already booked an appointment. Well, let's say Sonny, for example, he or she didn't book an appointment before they came into the CRM. So they're going to receive a text. Hey, this is Josh. Just want to let you know I'll be the local advisor helping with the affordable life programs. I'd like to get you the information requested regarding the new benefits guide. If you have not had a chance to schedule a phone call, here is a link to schedule. And then they click on this. And right from here, it goes directly to my calendar, and then they can choose which day and which time. Now, for example purposes, I'm showing like several days, but we're going to have it so they can book 2 days out because we want that show rate to be very, very high. But then go in and then they can click on which day and which time works best for them. If they don't respond to this text message, the next day they're going to get another one, which I'll show you guys here in a second. So when it comes to somebody who is like a call, no answer, right? So we'll use this person. Opportunities. Let me go a little deeper on somebody. Sherry McWilliams. All right. So Sherry McWilliams received a first text message saying we didn't get her to book. Then, hey, Sherry, it's Josh again. I did not see you had a chance to schedule your phone call for the benefit programs you inquire about. If you still want your free benefits guide, act fast because the calendar is filling up fast. We give them another chance to book. And then, hey, we help people all across the country with life insurance. He's still looking for more information on quotes. Like we give them an out to choose if they want to book or they don't. Now, the key here is don't rely only on the text message. It makes your life so much easier because you can go to your calendar and start seeing appointments booked themselves, which is awesome. You know, like how exciting is that, knowing that you're coming in on Thursday tomorrow and you got 8 appointments already before you even picked up the phone. Like that's just going to give you that mindset switch that you need. But if you go back to the opportunities, the key here is going in and calling the leads and doing outbound calls. So you have Sunny, right? So I would have her in the dialer or him, and I would hit the dial button, and then it's going to give me an option to choose a disposition. Over here on opportunities is how you change the disposition. So if it's a new lead and it went from a new lead to a booked appointment, I can put appointment booked. If it went to sale made, I can click sale made. If they're not interested after I talk to them, I can put not interested. So all of that's done right here. So everything talks to each other. So you don't have to worry about going in and manually updating anything. It's all done right for you because it's all done through the automations and the workflows that are set up. Now, say that I talk to Sunny and they book an appointment. I can go right to appointment. I can click on it. I can click here to add a new appointment. It gives me the option to choose which day, which time, hit save. It'll automatically go to my calendar. So again, now you're just being more efficient and you're able to do more on one screen rather than having to have access to so many more options. Once you get past this, now we have a lot of other options that we can do. Obviously, you have your conversations here. Anybody that responds, that, you know, obviously sometimes you are going to get people that aren't going to necessarily respond the way that you want them to, but it is what it is. There's no emotion that you can have here. Just move on. It's not a big deal. But think about all the people that booked an appointment that have an opportunity to make a sale. Some people might even respond, they might respond, stop. I'll still give them a call and I'll sell them. It's actually already happened. They said stop because maybe they don't want the automations and the text messages, but they just want to talk to somebody. They talk to somebody. Like this lady today, I sold her, Robin McCumbers. She got a message 15 minutes before our call, but it was a home phone that she provided. Of course, it's not going to be able to send a text, but she answered. Next thing here is phone number. So what we've found and what we've been testing over and over and over again, a lot of telesales, you know, it's statewide. So you're calling people in different area codes. You may have a different area code. So instead of trying to have it a local ID where it shows up as scam likely or spam risk or telemarketer or whatever that may be, we now have a 1833 toll-free number that is going to show up. I don't know why, but it's working. More people answer the 1833 number than my number coming from a 440. Maybe they just feel it's a business, it's important. I'm not sure. But the minute that I changed my number to a toll-free, I got more people picking up. I made more sales, and it just felt better because I'm calling from, like, you know, a business. I'm not just calling from a cell phone. It's a little bit more professional. And then we also have the option to validate all of our numbers. We can choose to make sure that the numbers are validated. So that way you can choose how it shows up on somebody's phone, whether it says your name or if it says toll free or whatever the case is. We just don't want it to say scam likely or telemarketer. We want it to be a number that they see, they answer, and they pick up, right? Another thing here, we have the insurance toolkit. If you're doing telesales, you should have this because this is going to allow you to quote people, do underwriting right here from this CRM. So if I click on, say I'm talking to somebody, they want $10,000 of coverage. It's a male. They're in the state of Ohio. They're 75 years old. They're a tobacco user. They take amlodipine for blood pressure. I click on amlodipine. I look for blood pressure. It's controlled. I hit finish. Maybe they are on some metformin for diabetes. I go to metformin. I click on diabetes. No complications, no neuropathy, anything like that. I hit next. No, it's not been uncontrolled in the last 3 years. I hit no. So now I hit get quote. The best part about this, now it's going to show up the carriers that we work with at Family First Life. Because if you can see up at the top, Family First Life. it's our carriers. So you're not just quoting everybody and anybody. Also, these are carriers that are able to be sold over the phone. So the best option here is America Quit Smoking Advantage Program, home run. They have a telesales option. You call in with the client to the insurance company and they approve it or decline it on the spot. But I can compare it with all of these other companies that give me the prices and say that, you know what, I wanted to show 3 options because our script has 3 options. I go to 10,000 to 15,000. I click on get quote. It automatically adjusts that premium for me. So I don't have to have all these different screens up. Now let's say, hey, America, I want to go here and you want to do the application. Now, America is one of the different ones where you have a 1-800 number you call with the client, which we're going to be coming out with training on every single carrier that we have that does voice signature, how it's done and what you need to know. But you have access to go to, let's just use Aetna, for example, EAP. You click on EAP because they have the security question. That EAP is going to take you right to your login. I have all my logins, usernames and passwords that I can go right to, have everything in one spot. I log in, I just do the application that way. Another thing is you can quote term on here. It's not just final expense, but this has been a game changer for me because it keeps you moving fast. It shows that you know what you're talking about. And it's also kind of part of the process. All right, so all I got to do is just plug your information in the system. It's going to spit out which one's the best option based off of what you qualify for. And I'm just going through the medications with them. And now it's doing all the underwriting for me. So that's also a huge, huge benefit. When it comes to the script, right? We're going to be providing a script. This script is, I want to say it is like 16 pages, 17 pages right here. So it goes from the beginning.
17-page fucking script.
Voice signature. So everything is done for you. So that way you don't have to even think about what to say next, but this is going to be provided. So everything that you need is going to be in a one-stop area for you to be as efficient, effective as you humanly possibly can. So what I will do now is I can leave it open to any questions that people have. Feel free to ask me anything. I know I kind of just flew through it because I know some people jumped on that didn't have a ton of time, but this is it, guys. And this thing is, it's working amazingly. And the more people we get on it, the more success we all have together. So does anybody have any questions?
I did have a question, Josh.
Yes, shoot.
For the insurance toolkits, is that included in the CRM or do you have to have a separate account for that? I already do, but I'm just wondering.
Yep. So we're including the insurance toolkits for this part. So the quoting side, we have that included into the CRM. However, the underwriting side, you do have to purchase that. However, you guys may or may not have been to this site yet, fflvirtualsales.com. This is a Family First Life virtual sales website. If you haven't been familiar with it, get familiar with it. But right here, these are all the tools that you need, right? So create your insurance toolkit. If you put in FFL 15, you get 15% off. I believe it ends up being like $30 a month, but it's going to be the best $30 a month that you've ever spent. Now, you can still do it the old-fashioned way where you go in and you check up the underwriting sheets, but that is a very, very good question. Thanks for asking that. We are going to offer the quote, but the underwriting can't, because you have to have your own account in order to be able to do the underwriting. We can't have that for everybody.
Okay, thanks, Josh.
Yep. Any other questions? We got questions? I mean, I flew through this thing, so I wouldn't be.
Josh,
Yes.
what was that? I wrote it down. I don't think I got it. That FFL virtual sales. Is that what it was?
FFL. Family First Life. So it stands for Family First Life. FFLvirtualsales.com.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Josh, I have a question. Does the
Yep.
system actually track your sales in like numbers for AP and everything? Like how much you're supposed to be making front end, back end, or what to expect in commissions?
So you mean like for the carriers and what your commission level is and showing you what you're getting paid?
Yeah, like once you close a policy, can you put in those statistics to see what you're running at for the month or for the day or for,
Yeah, so if we go back to opportunities, I don't have that to show you right now, but I can kind of give you an example. So if you click on sale made, there's going to be a form that you fill out for every sale, and it's going to give you the option to put the person's first name, last name. I'm actually going to make a note of this so I can do a video on it. So you're going to be able to put the client's first name, last name, the insurance company that they chose. You're also going to have the monthly premium, the policy number, their date of birth, their phone number, and you can also put in your commission level for those sales, and then it's going to calculate it for you. So to answer your question, yes, it's just going to come from the sales that you make. You have to put the information in yourself, but it will all be done for you.
That's pretty cool. Thank you.
Yep.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you pull daily reports on the numbers and stuff so that it makes reporting at the end of the week easier?
So you mean like to find out what your sales are?
Yeah, sales, all the numbers.
So
Appointment ad.
reporting, agent call reporting. So if you're asking if you can pull out like the sales that you have, the no sales, like kind of like what this looks like, but turn into a report, is that what you're asking?
Yeah,
Yes, you can do that.
okay, good.
And we'll also make a video of that too. These are good stuff. So call reporting.
Thank
The other one was sales commission.
Is there a way to track your ad spend through this?
So what's nice about this CRM is it's integrated real well with Facebook. So you're going to have your own ad campaign through your Facebook ads manager, and you can turn it on or off, but you can also see through Facebook how much you've spent, how much the cost per lead is. Well, all of that's going to be explained in the course. So here, you see how it says funnels and websites, it says funnels, websites, and membership. There's going to be a membership site with training that is, I mean, hours and hours of content that has been shot by one of the best lead generation companies that we've all probably used in the past, that are giving the step-by-step of how they've generated leads in the past and what you can do to set up your own, where you'll be able to do a split screen and you'll have that up to see the amount of leads that that are coming in, but more importantly, the ad copy you're going to have the lead forms, you're going to have the triggers, you're going to have the lookalike audiences, the targeting. I mean, anything that you could think of to put up a successful ad, we're going to give it to you. Any other questions?
Are you going to send us a link to the CRM for those who are going to start on this model, or how does this go from here?
Yes. So I know we gave out a link before, but we sent it out prematurely. Tomorrow we are finalizing a meeting at 3 o'clock to fix any loose ends to be able to launch this. So it's not just going to be the people that are on this call. Like we're launching this to all of FFL. So if you're on like the what is it called, the email blast or campaign through FFL that you signed up. It's going to go out in the email. It's going to be on their social media, but we're going to have a link that you'll go to sign up and put all your information in so you can get access to the CRM. So just so if you guys are wondering what this costs, the CRM costs $100 a month. Like every time I look at it, I'm like, this is crazy. You get all of this for $100 a month, but it's $100 a month. We are the only CRM that offers how to generate your own leads for free. Everybody else wants to charge, $500, $700, $1,000. There's a cost to it. Now, one thing is some people don't have the time or the patience to set up the leads. So we are offering a one-time fee of $500 if you want your first ad set up, and then you can just turn it on or off. So that's really the cost that you have to look at. And then the rest of it is going to be, your ad spend of you generating leads to be able to make the sales.
Josh, am I
Yeah.
hearing you correctly that I will no longer have to buy leads on the CRM, the cherry pick leads?
So I wouldn't necessarily say that, because there's going to be some people. We're not selling leads. We're providing a CRM that you can use any type of lead you want. So for example, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to put in CRM leads into this, and the automations are still going to work for you. So like if you have an instant internet live lead, that would be, it's $11 unless you have work spots. It's actually even cheaper, but you could put it right into this CRM and it essentially could do the same thing. Because what we're doing is we're providing the CRM, giving you a chance to generate your own leads, but not everybody's going to do it. I'm just being honest. So if you have a company that you want to buy statewide final expense leads, you're going to be able to do it, and it's still going to get synced right into the CRM. And then, so, the lead options look like this. You have instant internet live leads, statewide Facebook final expense leads. If you really wanted to, you could do local Facebook final expense leads, Google leads. It don't matter. Any type of lead will go into this system and automations will start. So it's preference.
So did you say that you're going to have a presentation on how to get the leads in here?
Yeah, that's all going to be provided in the CRM with the purchase of the CRM.
Okay, good.
So everything is going to, we're trying to make this as simple as possible so that way anybody can do it. And with that, it's going to take, a lot of video content and trial and error. Like when I first set this thing up, it wasn't going the way that I wanted it to. And I was using a 440 number, which is my local area code, but a lot of people weren't answering. So then when I went toll free, it changed the game. And, some of the text messages that we're using, the follow-up, now we have it set up where people are actually responding to it. They're actually booking appointments, which, that's what we all want. At the end of the day, telesales is not designed to make it so that way you don't have to work as much. It's to be, we're able to work smart and hard at the same time. But like personally, some of you guys may be in the same situation. If it was up to you to call your leads and book your appointments, you probably wouldn't have 20 appointments in 2 days. But if a CRM is going to do it for you, it's going to force you to work, because why not? You just got to call them and talk to them and then make the sale.
You over here looking at videos and shit. I'm gonna need that GPS.
All right. Does anybody have any other questions?
As far as the script is concerned, that's 16 pages, you said, which is fine. Is it, do you just open it up on Word, or is it within the system itself when you are on the conversation talking to them?
So we're going to provide it to you in Google Docs. So like what I do is I have it printed out and I put it in a binder and I just flip through it. So like as I'm talking to the person on the phone, obviously they can't see me. So I'm going to flip through and read paragraph by paragraph but I like to have it out in front of me because that's just, I work easier that way rather than looking at the screen. I also recommend that if you can have 2 screens, that's going to help out big time because you have one screen for the CRM and one screen for the carriers and the applications and the scripts, things like that. But I personally printed mine out and put it in a binder. All these are great questions, guys. I will take one last, maybe 2 questions if anybody has it, but hopefully you guys are kind of seeing how this process works, and it's getting you excited for what's to come. But it really just comes down to taking this system, not trying to reinvent the wheel. Because one thing I will tell you is if somebody goes out there and tries to recreate this their own, it's going to be very difficult because FFL is backing this thing up every step of the way. So, and that's where we're at. So we want to make sure that we just follow the system, don't try to reinvent it. It's going to work. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate your time. I'll hang out here for a little bit. You guys can jump off if anybody wants to ask any other additional questions. I'll hold around for a little bit, but I appreciate your time. I hope you guys have a good night, and we'll be releasing this soon.